Every day, dozens of food banks right across the province are doing important work helping people access the food that they need. And that's why every year CBC N.L teams up with the Community Food Sharing Association for this campaign for Feed N.L. It's a chance for you to help those in need by supporting the CFSA. And of course, all that money goes to local food banks. cbc.ca/bekind is the best place to go for that. Now, Tina Bishop is the general manager with the Community Food Sharing Association, and we're thrilled you're here, Tina.
Thank you so much. We're happy to be here this morning.
Well, this is a huge day for the Community Food Sharing Association, and it's become a bit of a tradition, too.
Absolutely. Something we look forward to each and every year. It's really the major fundraiser for the Community Food Sharing Association. We're so grateful to CBC for doing this for us every year.
People might not realize how the Food Sharing Association works, but just give us the bird's eye view and draw the lines for us. How exactly does it do the distribution work?
Well, the Community Food Sharing Association is the provincial association for food banks throughout the province. Right now we have 60 food banks in our membership right across the province and into Labrador. So we distribute food to all those food banks. Anytime a food bank outside of the St. John's area is in need of food, they just give us a call at the office, and then we prepare a shipment of food and ship that out to them.
It's an incredible amount of work, coordination. You have a lot of volunteers.
We do.
A lot of boots on the ground.
Yes, we certainly do have a lot of volunteers, upwards to 200 that we can avail of at any time. And they're always a great support for us, so we're really appreciative of those as well.
Tina, one of the big headlines this year, of course, is the increase in demand.
Yes.
It's not a good news story.
It's not a good news story. The increases that we're seeing this year are numbers that we have never seen before. Based on the hunger count that was released in March by Food Banks Canada, Newfoundland is seeing a 44.1% increase in the number of visits to food banks since 2019.
Okay, I just got to pause on that one. A 44% increase.
Yeah, 44.1% increase since 2019.
Okay, keep going.
And, we expect that that's going to increase even more this year. The need this year just seems to be exploding. We've got food banks this year reporting a 100% increase in the number of Christmas hamper registrations that they've taken this year.
100%.
100% over last year.
What can you tell us about the people that are coming to you for food support?
Well, there's a whole bunch of different demographics of people that are coming. What we're seeing right now is a lot more working families, two-parent working families that just simply can't make ends meet at the end of the month now, and they're having to avail of the services of the food bank. We're seeing our seniors, an increase in number of seniors that are having to come to us for assistance. And, it's very difficult for a lot of people to have to turn to the food banks, but we want to let them know that we are there for you. And if ever you need support, please just reach out to the food banks. They're there to support you.
Can we lean in on the seniors part about this,
Sure.
the seniors part of this? Because I understand this is Newfoundland and Labrador is a little bit of an anomaly in this case. Like we're seeing an increase in that particular demographic where other provinces are not. I mean, what is happening there?
I think it's just, with everything increasing, the price of food increasing, the rents are increasing, medical expenses, and a lot of seniors are actually doing without their medicine to be able to put food on the table. We really need to look at the incomes of seniors and, somehow get them on par with the living wage here, get them in a situation where they're able to support have enough money for food, have enough money for their rent, be able to take their medicine. We've got heating costs now coming up with the cold setting in for the winter, and it has a really big impact on those with a fixed income, you know.
Then on the other end of the demographic spectrum, children are a large percentage of people that are getting food as well.
Yes, so when we look at children under the age of 18, there's about 30% or just over 30% of children in this province under the age of 18 are food insecure. And, you know, that's a staggering number considering that only 20% of the population are children under 18. You know, I mean, the school programs and things like that, breakfast programs at school, lunch programs are great. But when the children are out of school now, especially like over the Christmas holidays coming up now where children are home, it puts extra strain on the families to be able to provide those meals as well.
And at a time when, you know, the cost of everything is going up, just about everybody's struggling right now. We're seeing less money, less disposable income. How are donations doing?
We're seeing, I think, right across the board that donations are definitely down this year. Food donations, financial donations are down compared to other years. You know, there was a time when we would see people come in our office and drop off a bag of food probably once a month. You know, it could have been maybe $20 bag of food, and those people now were not able to do that because of rising costs. So we're really seeing, you know, a decrease in food donations and financial donations as well.
And, you know, over the years, people's contribution forms have, you know, evolved quite a bit as we gained a better understanding about how to, you know, work more with, use more to work less, the other way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the past, we've always heard that the food bank has huge buying power versus, say, an everyday citizen going to pick up some food at a grocery store or whatever. Yeah. How is the buying power doing right now from your perspective with food banks, Community Food Sharing Association?
Well, there was a time, and just a couple of years ago, actually, that for every $10 donation, we were able to leverage that to be able to source, purchase, and distribute up to $400 or $430 worth of food. That same $10 donation now is barely getting us $200. So, you know, we're seeing a significant increase in cost as well. And of course, you need extra money to be able to cover those costs. So.
It's a lot to take in. The need is up. The buying power is less. I mean, in a perfect world, we wouldn't be talking about this at all.
No, absolutely, right. So if you know, if the supports were available for people, then you know, they wouldn't need food banks, right? If they were able to have a wage where they can support themselves with their rent, their food, heat and light, and everything else that comes, you know, with daily expenses.
Today we're talking about community support. This is largely a community-driven campaign. I mean, but what kind of advocacy work is the Community Food Sharing Network doing with governments, for example, to bring that message to policymakers?
Yeah, we've reached out to government, and you know, through Food Banks Canada with their advocacy, with the hunger count reports, with their poverty reduction report cards, things like that, you know, we're giving the government an overall picture of what's happening in the province, and reaching out and letting them know that, you know, we really need your help to be able to provide these supports to the people that need it in our province.
We sure appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you so much, Krissy.
And I know it's a tough conversation to have. It's real, and it certainly puts better understanding around where the funding is going. And hopefully the story is going to change by next year, Tina.
I hope so. I hope so. You know, with the increases we're seeing right now, if this trend continues, then you know, it's unsustainable numbers. So, we really need help in this province. We need to get people out of poverty. And again, going back to seniors, they've worked most of their lives and they've given into, they've paid their dues basically, and they need to be able to support themselves in this time in their lives. And we need to look out for our children as well. Our children are our future, so we need to make sure that they are taken care of.
Tina, thank you so much for the work that you do and for coming in here today to tell us about all of this. It's a lot to get your head around.
It certainly is. Thank you so much for having us in today.
Well, we
really
certainly appreciate
it.
everything that you and all the volunteers, everybody at the Community Food Sharing Association is doing. And it's really just the start of a longer conversation that we are going to be continuing throughout the year as well. Just have a cup of coffee, maybe even a little donut or something. I'm sure we got some stuff back here. We have to treat this woman very kindly. This is Tina Bishop, General Manager with the Community Food Sharing Association. Tina, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.